Hi, this is Rob from C4G Nation and Club 4G. As many of y'all know, we've got a weak spot in our car, and it happens to be the door pull. What happens is the thing flexes, and it does that just because of plastic and design. And what happens is, you can see this one's already starting to do it. They'll eventually get a crack across here, across the bottom, and this will just end up coming right off in your hand. If you haven't experienced it yet, trust me, eventually you will. This happens to be on my passenger side, so it really doesn't even hardly get used that much. There's the one from my driver's side. I lost it a couple of months ago. It was very cold here in Ohio. I think it was -7 that day. And I grabbed hold of it, and that's just all she wrote. The reason I do that is there's just an inherent weak spot right across here. And also, since this whole thing is plastic, they're bolted way back down in these holes. So you've got a lot of leverage on just that little bit of plastic. So what I started doing is trying to figure out a way to prevent that from happening. So let me shift over and I'll show you what I figured out for these things. Okay, I'm around on my driver's side now. And you can see what I've done is there's now a metal brace. And it's actually inside the brand new door pull I had to buy. But it's actually inside there, and I've changed the mounting point from way back down inside that plastic, which it bolts to the frame way back inside there, to right up on this metal brace. It now has support here. It goes all the way back with a stainless tube or a steel tube all the way to the back. So when you pull on this thing now, let me put my foot against the bottom of the door and pull on it. It doesn't flex at all. And the reason being is because all of your force is on this piece of steel, which is here, and is bolted all the way down to the back, as opposed to on that plastic. There's nothing to flex. So as hard as you want to pull on that, and you can see I've got my foot braced against it, and I'm still able to pull that door. It doesn't crack, it doesn't give. Now my goal is to make this look as stock as possible. So I'll take the new cover and snap it back on there, and I've had it off 5 or 6 times now, but it all looks factory and stock in place. When you grab it and pull on it, it's good and solid, so you're not going to have to worry about that thing breaking or cracking when it gets cold, the thing snapping off in your hand. Just once it's there, it's permanent. So if you had this happen a few times already, you know what I'm talking about. If not, pull this front cover off of yours. You can get it off fairly well. Let's see if I can get mine off one-handed here without tearing it up. And you want to be fairly gentle with it. That wasn't gentle, but you get the idea. Because there's these little plastic tabs. And see, I've already lost one here. But with all these others, there's plenty to hang on to. This thing will just eventually break off on you. But if you pull that cover off and look, you're probably starting to get some cracks across the top or bottom. So anyways, if you're interested in a set of these, now this is my prototype. I'm going to start producing them, so they'll be painted and they'll look all nice and pretty. This is just my proof of concept. It won't have all my marking lines on it and stuff. Hit me up. I'll put my contact info in the notes of this, and with a few more comments. And if you're interested, just let me know. Y'all have a great day.